All right, welcome to DeFi Expectations. Today we're doing our first Spotlight episode with Chris from the Mad Meerkats NFT project. How you doing, Chris?
Hi, Chris here. Nice to meet everyone. Just doing great. I'm the community and PR representative for the Mad Meerkats, and very pleased to be invited by DeFi Expectations to talk a little bit about myself and the project.
Well, awesome. So yeah, I think I found out about you guys probably about 3 weeks ago, and I was immediately just attracted to the art. Like, it's super solid. I love the coloring. I love like the facial expressions and everything like that. So yeah, I immediately hopped in the Discord, and yeah, I've been following it ever since. And I wanted to get you guys on to chat about it because I know you guys have been whitelisting for a little while, and I don't know if you're still doing that at this point. Is there still an opportunity for anyone to get involved in the whitelisting, or do they need to wait for the public launch at this point?
Yeah, we're still doing whitelisting currently. Actually, a lot of our efforts are on organic marketing. So people who have joined for the past weeks are people who, like you said, are extremely interested in our art. We haven't been actively, working with influencers for now, but I think we might do it later on when people who have been interested enough in our art are on board, are on the whitelist, on giveaways, and then we are spreading the word to the rest before we launch.
Awesome. Well, yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about the team and yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So I think I also wanted to take this opportunity to both just talk a little bit about myself and also a little about why our team chose to, supposedly rename anonymous, which doesn't give too much confidence in projects nowadays. But yeah, so that's the whole point of this show as well. For myself, I'm Chris. I've been in the crypto space for about a couple of years, but I've only gotten really serious this year, maybe early this year. So a very good friend of mine, Kevin, who by the way is very knowledgeable, introduced me to the world of NFTs. And he said, hey, it'd be fun to just join a little community like the Bored Apes. And I was like, what are the Bored Apes? But anyway, because it's a good friend of mine, so I just took the leap of faith, and wow, I was immediately blown away. And if you see in my Twitter profile, I'm helping out a couple of projects because I love the space so much that I wanted to get exposure myself. So I was helping Kevin with his Greycraft, helping the Crypto T-Rex NFT, and now the Mad Meerkat NFT. So I was actually the last member on board, and I was brought on because my friends wanted to build something, and they needed someone who was relatively a little bit more well-versed in the space. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, just played a couple of months to about half a year, but they needed someone who was more anchored in the space, who knew what to do in the NFT space. We just had coffee one day, and we have a friend who's like an artist who has been drawing and designing for years, and we just thought like, hey, this could be the right chance, to show her case for work to the world. So during this period, every other day there was like an animal profile project, including ours, but we wanted to do something that was a little bit more unique. So in a nutshell, that was how the Mad Meerkat started. And we chose Meerkat because that's kind of our artist's name. She's kind of a small build, and she has this smile that looks a little bit like one of those ones that you see on our digital assets.
And can you talk about like the long-term vision of the project and kind of like the roadmap that you guys have in mind? What's going on?
Yes, for sure. So I mentioned earlier the very simple start of what we wanted to do was basically to share our friends' creations with everyone. And as we were brainstorming, and I personally feel for this, we felt that we are in a great position, a very privileged position to do the same, not just for our friend, but for other artists as well. Basically, we come from an Asian family, so there's a lot of negative sentiment about pursuing creative careers. Like if you visit friends and relatives, and then you're like, hey, I'm an artist, or hey, I'm a graphic designer. People generally immediately have doubts whether you can make a living out of it. So there's a lot of these negative sentiment, right? And essentially we think, not just us, there are a lot of projects who champion for this cause, but us included, we feel that the kind of potential and opportunities in the NFT space to allow people like this to finally do what they love and also make a living out of it was extremely crucial. So in our roadmap, you'll see there's a couple of things that we've done to champion for this cause. For example, I mean, it may seem a little random until I start to explain why. But for example, for the liquidity pool and the renting of NFTs, right? That's something that actually got many of our members very excited at a 65% roadmap. And so the reason why we wanted to implement that is because we're going to come with a virtual art gallery where people are going to be able to show their art styles by designing derivatives of the Mad Meerkats that they have, because you're going to own the commercial rights to it. And hey, maybe a few months down, you're like, I'm a little bored of I want to get something else. So that's precisely the point why we're going to set up a liquidity pool or the renting of NFTs, so that you can get access to a whole wide range of Mad Meerkats and subsequent airdrops in the future, where you can continue to do derivatives about and essentially just gain yourself a repertoire of Mad Meerkats without having to spend like tons of money grabbing like 10, 20 Mad Meerkats. And similarly, the point of the Mad Meerkat virtual art gallery is to basically come up with a digital platform, a digital museum of sorts to showcase these artworks. Our plan here is to have a derivatives gallery and also like a public gallery where we purchase very significantly well-known artworks such as art blocks to up-and-coming artists, especially those from our community, to showcase in our gallery for people to see.
So you're like going to really focus on the promotion of artists in general as well?
Yes, and this is especially important for the first roadmap, because the first roadmap, we kind of want to make sure we set out to achieve what we wanted to achieve. We have gotten some feedback that, hey, Nick, it looks a little simple, what's the point? I have mentioned it before that every single step is basically to reward either an artist or an art collector. So you can see, the virtual art gallery and the liquidity pool is to benefit the artists themselves. The merch shop and community wallet is more for the art collectors. So, we use the community funds to purchase additional things for our wallet and things like that. However, we have been thinking about roadmap 2 because it's going to be a long-term thing. So that we've mentioned a couple of things like we're going to airdrop these other series. I think I haven't mentioned it enough. We're going to airdrop a banner piece. And the end goal is to basically, make collecting fun, make it good for our community to be able to be glad in the burrow and just gain exposure, talk to people, and just gain some great art pieces in the meantime.
So what made you guys choose to release this on Ethereum as opposed to like Tezos or Phantom or something like that? Something like Solana that's got less gas price issues right now? Because I know there's a lot of NFTs that are releasing that like the gas price is more expensive than the NFTs a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, that's a great question actually. I think for us, our main question is which particular system is the most established, and by that I don't just mean the technical side, but also like the community, the people, the kind of impression that people are getting when they get onto a particular blockchain for NFTs. So for Tezos and Solana, definitely the gas prices are way lower, but in terms of the whole ecosystem, we believe that Ethereum is still the way to go for now. So if you started this project half a year later or 9 months later, things might not be the same. But at this current juncture, we think that the Ethereum system is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm really interested to kind of see where like NFTs end up with Ethereum, like 9 months from now.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice to go grab some for for free that are sitting out there that have been there for a long time, or the ones that are a couple bucks. Because I remember when I first started getting into NFTs, I saw one of them that was like over on, it was either Rareable or I think it might have been Mintable actually, and it was like $1. And I'm like, oh, I'll grab that. And then the gas fee was $50. And now $50 for a gas fee is great.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
Well, so you guys are releasing Halloween Day, is that correct?
Yeah, on Halloween.
And how much is the mint price, and how can everyone kind of get involved with that?
All right, the mean price is 0.7 ETH, and right now we're having a couple of giveaways and whitelisting. Oh, I should mention we actually allocated quite a number for giveaways, just because we want new people, enough people to just get access. So a couple of them who have won giveaways, they're like, hey Chris, this is my first ever giveaway. I've never won anything and of that sort, and we're just glad to bring more people on board with those giveaways. So we're having more of that. For new guys, you can just watch out for our accounts or just get whitelisted with us. And when you get whitelisted with us, it's not going to go crazy like the current projects out there. We have a good amount of demand, but not to the extent that even getting whitelisted, you have to fight 10,000 other people just to get Mad Meerkat. I also wanted to say, a lot of people, ask like, hey, after the launch, what's happening? Are there like deadlines set to achieve what we wanted to achieve? And I was talking to a friend I met over this space the other day, and he was like, hey, the project should do like business plans, not roadmaps. And I think the idea he was trying to get at was that you need to show that you're here for long term and for sustainability. So back to the roadmap. I mentioned earlier, some people think that's a little bit simple. We want to make sure we can achieve what we've set out to achieve. So these are capabilities, for example, in the first roadmap that we know we have, and we're going to be there to make sure that these happen. So after the launch, we'll set some time periods that we hope to achieve, we will achieve rather these initiatives, and just to make sure to keep our community, keep ourselves accountable to the community, make sure that we are making progress and steps towards this whatever we said we'll achieve. And like I mentioned, we're also thinking about roadmap 2.0 already. So there's going to be a couple free airdrops, things like that, which we've been dropping hints here and there, but not so much of our main focus at present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. If people want to go check the project out, where can they go to get a hold of you guys?
Oh, it's the usual. Come to our website, madmeerkat.io, or Twitter, madmeerkatft, or just either DM me, either on Discord or on Twitter, my personal account.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for hopping on. I'll appreciate you getting on with us.
Hey, thanks so much, man.
Absolutely. Good luck with the project.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
You too.